Hi, welcome back to the French Connection on SpeakWrite with Sid, episode 21. I'm Siddharth Satye and you're watching Phoenix Dreams. Before I move on, I would like to apologize for an error that I had done in the last video. When I was talking about the word cliché, I mentioned that above the E there is an accent symbol and it is known as a grave. Now, I was wrong, I stand corrected. It is not called a grave, it is the acute. Now, my personal apologies to my French professor from college, ma'am Felicia Pledger, because she taught us very, very clearly that you have a look at the angle of the diagonal above the E. If it's an acute angle, it's an acute. If it's a obtuse angle, it's a grave. So it was an acute angle on the top of the E in cliché, so it is not a grave, it is an acute. So I personally apologize to all of you and to you, ma'am, in specific. Right, so we'll move on to today's episode. We're going to talk about 4 words again, and the 4 words are chauffeur, façade, rendezvous, and fiancé. Right, let's start with the first one, which is chauffeur. The spelling's up here for you: CHAUFFEUR. And the meaning, as we all might be aware, is a person who drives your car for you. Is a chauffeur. It doesn't begin with the SH, it is with a CH. The origin again is in the French language, where the word itself is chauffeur, but it originated in French from the word chauffeur, which means someone who heats. So it originated from the times that horse-drawn carriages were replaced by automobiles, and noblemen did not drive their own horse carts, neither did they drive their own horseless carriages, which were automobiles or cars as we call them. So they had to hire a person who used to be the driver of the horse carriage, who now became the driver of the horseless carriage, which required to be heated to run because it ran on an engine. So the person who heats the car to make it run was the chauffeur, and that is why the word still continues. A person who you hire to drive your car is a chauffeur. So that's the first one. The second is again a pretty well known or well used word, which is façade. It is used in 2 ways. It is either used physically in the form when you're having a physical building. It is also used for human beings. Right? Let's understand what it means first and its origin. It originates from the French word façade, which again has its origins in the Latin and in Italian languages, Italian fasciata and Latin fascia. All of these things, fascia, fasciata or façade, in these 3 languages mean the face. So what is visibly seen when you see something for the first time is its face. That's exactly what façade also means. But façade generally refers to a building. So the outermost part of a building that you see whenever you see it for the first time is the façade of the building. It might not be true. A lot of times you have a glass surface covering a building, and which might not be the real front part of the building, and that is why it is called a façade. Façade is also used when you're talking about human beings, when you know that someone is putting up a face which might not be what he or she really is, and that is when you say that he's putting up a façade, which means he's showing you something else that he or she might not be within. Right? So that's what façade is. The third word is rendezvous. It is 2 words which have been combined together, rendez and vous. The spelling is RENDEZVOUS, and a lot of people call this literally and say it as rendezvous. It is not rendezvous. It is said the way in English as well, the way it is said in French, and it is rendezvous. Now 2 parts, rendez and vous. The word rendez is to arrange or to make something happen, and vous in French simply means you. So rendezvous is when you arrange to meet a person at a specific place or a specific time, with all the specifications, and it is normally a bit secretive. It also can be set in a romantic setting. So a date which is secretive, or a meeting place where and a time which is scheduled in secret is what a rendezvous is. Right? So that's the third word, rendezvous. And the last word we're going to talk about today is fiancé. Now this is where it is a bit confusing, so you'll have to pay a bit of attention. If I ask you what is the meaning of the word fiancé, you would say a fiancé is a person that you're engaged to be married to, which is absolutely right. So a fiancé is a male. A woman would say that my fiancé is a person that I'm engaged to be married to. Now if I ask the man, who is the person that you are engaged to be married to, you would often hear the word, oh, she's my fiancée. Right? Now here's where the problem arises. There are two words as far as the spellings are concerned, and they mean two different things. It is written and spelled differently for different genders. So if it is a male that you are engaged to be married, it is Fiance with the akude, fiancé. And if it's a female that you're engaged to be married to, it is Fiance with the akute and another E followed by that. Because in French, in the French language, when you want to change the gender from male to female, you do add an E, and that's exactly what happens here as well. You add an E in the end when it's a female gender. However, when you say it, you do not say it any differently. So whether it is male or female, whether it is with a single E or with two E's, the way you say it, the way you pronounce it remains the same. It is fiancé, whether it is a male or a female. Right? That is something that not many people know about. So please remember this. The spellings might be different, the genders might be different, but the way you say it remains the same. In both male and female, it is said as fiancé. The second E is not pronounced for the female gender. Right? So please keep that in mind. Right, so that's it for today. Four new words, all originating from the French language. I hope it is clear. Please feel free, like I say always, please feel free to get in touch with me if you need any more elaboration, any more clarification on what I just said. That's it for now. Thank you very much. Please keep watching, like, share and subscribe. Until next time.